Security Council met this Thursday at the Presidential Palace in Gitega, located in the political capital city. This meeting was held behind the closed doors under the auspices of President Evariste Ndayishimiye. A section of BRA manufacturing was celebrated by fire on this Thursday morning. The Minister of Trade, Marie-Chantal Nijibere, visited the scene to assess the damage and the praise on behalf of the government. Welcome, dear viewer, to details. And now to details. The new Pope has been revealed as Robert Prevost of the U.S., the first American pontiff in history. He would be known as Pope Leo XIV, and this comes after a white smoke billowed above the 16th chapel, the signal that cardinals had selected a new pontiff on the second day of the conclave. And as I told you in the headline, the Gitega Province Security Council met this Thursday at the Presidential Palace in Gitega, located in the political capital city. This meeting was held behind the closed doors under the auspices of President Evariste Ndayishimiye. The agenda items and the objective of this meeting can be found in tomorrow's edition. And analysis of the amendment now under the leadership of the President Gerald Daniel Ndabirabe, the National Assembly of Burundi analyzed this Wednesday the Senate's amendments to the bill establishing the general budget of the Republic of Burundi for the 2025-2026 fiscal year. After a thorough analysis, the National Assembly adopted the former amendments, and some of the substantive amendments were adopted while others were rejected. And this Wednesday, the Senate had a plenary session during which two draft bills were reviewed and unanimously approved by the senators. The first bill relates to the general state budget for the 2025-2026 fiscal year, Second Amendment Law number 1 for June 27, and cooperatives. It was related to cooperatives and some other agenda that are to be discussed. And now, Zefile Manilatanga has expressed himself during two solemn meetings making the 80th anniversary of the end of the World War II. Zefile Manilatanga, Burundi's representative to the UN, called for recognition of the genocide perpetrated against the Hutu of Burundi. And inauguration this Thursday in Chalama, Bujumbura, of tomato sauces processing unit by the permanent secretary of the Ministry of the Interior. This unit was built and equipped as part of the Meso Parma, the value of the territory, tomato industry and sustainable development project implemented by the municipality of Parma in Italy. LCR Kamkama has more.
This is the inauguration ceremonies of a tomatoes processing factory by the permanent secretary at the Interior Ministry, Théophile Ndarufatiye. It is a Maison Parma project that promotes and processes tomatoes and funded by Parma Commune in Italy via Palma Alimato of Burundi. They first started visiting the factory so to see different steps taken so to process tomatoes from the harvest till the tomato sauce transformation. In his speech, Jimmy Atungimana, mayor of Bujumbura town, has appreciated the step already made and has let known that this is for supporting the government in the long-lasting development activities and to reach Burundi emergent in 2040 and developed in 2060 vision. All of them, that is Paloma Alimata representative, Palma Commune representative, and the European Union representative, they have appreciated that project and they have promised always support it by helping finding customers. Théophile Ndarufatiye, permanent secretary at the Ministry of Interior, in his speech has said that in economy, this is a crucial thing that also shows good relations between Italy and Burundi. Note that the factory processes from 1 tomatoes ton into more than 351 bottles of tomato sauce.
On this Wednesday, Burundian female journalists who participated in the competition organized by IFDRO will honored with prizes including cash awards, computer and certificates of merit. The awards were presented during an official ceremony held to recognize the winners. Everest Nyunguru has more.
In the competition organized by the Association of Female Journalists, AFJO in French acronym, participants from the radio stations, television and print press sectors were recognized. The first place winner received a prize of 1 million Burundian francs, while second place winner received 600,000 francs. Both also received certificates of merit. The theme of the competition was the role of female leaders in encouraging political participation. The press house awarded the prizes of 1 million Burundian francs for the first place winners and 600,000 for the second place winners. Regarding the contribution from the National Council for Communication, CNC, the first place winners received a computer. The second place winners were awarded 750,000 francs and the third place winners received 500,000 francs. Additionally, CNC provided printing machines to the media outlets that had winning journalists. Among the award recipients were Everendo Chima from a radio station Umucho FM operating in Ngozi province and Fiona Tirojinga from the National Radio and Television of Burundi, Alton B. It's worth noting that several embassies in Burundi attend the award ceremony, including the embassies of China, the Kingdom of Netherlands, Belgium and others.
The people of Shinge Village, Gitanga Zone, Kigamba Canyon, Changaza Province are feeling satisfied with the electrification of this period. The residents of this locality hope for the extension to the other areas that are not yet electrified, as electricity is one of the most very important pillars. There, Joseph Mrida Jambo has more.
In Kigamba Commune, some areas are supplied in electricity produced by solar energy funded by the European Union and UN Program for Development. They are, among others, Gitanga Health Center, Shinge Basic School, and Shinge Market and other localities. Beneficiaries of this electricity testify that it's a gain for them in their daily activities. This teacher, known as Bernard Baragerageza, mentions that thanks to this electricity, he can efficiently prepare lessons. It as well facilitates pupils to study. This results in a good result of school comparing to last year's. At Gitanga Healthcare, Rubabure Vena, deputy responsible for this health center, said that electricity enables them to well receive patients, especially in maternity service. They can currently print some documents, whereas before they had to go to Kigamba Hospital. It is the same satisfaction for this pupil, who confirms that she can now easily study and arrange other activities at home. In that area, residents who did not benefit from this solar energy complain and ask the project to be expanded. The project, known as Umucho Witerambere, is being implemented in line of the governmental program of rural electrification.
And Orikome hosted the press coffee this Wednesday to guide the electorate on the choice that should guide them during this election period. According to the day's panelists, Burundians must be guided by the candidate's commitment and their choice. Joseph Murinda Jambo once more.
Sensitize Burundians on voting bus programs and bus candidates was the goal pursued by Olcom via discussions among politicians, university lecturers and members of civil society organizations in line of enlightening upcoming elections scheduled for June this year. Panelists confirmed that electoral campaign should not be the only opportunity for politicians to present their projects, but rather it should be a routine activity for political parties after elections, because according to them, it's not possible to present successfully a program to the population during 1 or 2 weeks. According to Jean-Claude Bitsure, one among panelists, the Commission in charge of elections and the Ministry of Interior should follow up and watch if political parties are active on ground for not appearing only during the electoral campaign. On his turn, Francis Rohero, the president of Fraternité des Patriotes, Ineza party, indicated that the choice of voters might be guided by the candidates' commitment. The population must deeply know candidates to be elected, be aware of their profiles and achievements for not being after disappointed by politicians, emphasized Francis Rohero. For the General Secretary of Oldcom, as a member of the civil society organizations, Burundians should consider why voting programs aiming to fight against corruption in a bid to support Burundi to achieve its vision as an emerging country by 2040 and developed one by 2060.
And a section of BRA manufacturing was consumed by fire on the Thursday morning. The Minister of Trade, Marisha Nanijimbere, visited the scene to assess the damage and prayed on the behalf of the government, continued to support the company. Emma Gloria Shimwe has more.
Part of the BRA manufacturing company caught fire on Thursday morning. Civil protection teams were deployed on site and worked to contain the blaze and minimize damage. Preliminary reports indicate that some of the raw materials used in plastic production, as well as a portion of finished goods, were destroyed by the flames. Minister of Trade Marie-Chantal Nijimbere visited the site to assess the situation firsthand. Speaking on behalf of the government, she pledged support to the company and commended the prompt response of civil protection services, which successfully brought the fire under control. BRA Manufacturing began its operation in Burundi at the end of 2015.
In this week's environmental report, we focus on the issue of plastic bottle waste scattered throughout Bujumbura. These bottles, originating from various beverage products, are often discarded indiscriminately across the city. During rainfall, many of these plastics are carried by streams and rivers into Lake Tanganyika, posing a threat to aquatic life. Take a listen.
These plastic wastes are primarily industrial in origin, stemming from companies that produce consumable beverages such as mineral waters, juices, and other products. Most of these plastics are manufactured in Burundi using imported raw materials, while others are imported already filled with various beverages for sale. Unfortunately, after use, these plastic wastes are often discarded indiscriminately throughout Bujumbura due to the lack of stringent enforcement of regulations prohibiting such littering. During rainfall, these plastics are carried by streams and the rivers that eventually discharge into Lake Tanganyika, contributing to its pollution. Christiane Mubona, Director General of Environment, Water Resources and Sanitation, emphasizes that disposing of plastic wastes in inappropriate locations is a harmful practice that pollutes the environment. He underscores that environmental protection is a collective responsibility essential for the current and future well-being of the population. Environmental expert Dr. Jean Sabimana highlights that these plastics pose a significant pollution threat, jeopardizing the quality of Lake Tanganyika's waters and the fish consumed by the local population. He advocates for collective responsibility in safeguarding the lake and suggests that through recycling, these wastes could become valuable resources rather than environmental hazards. In response to these concerns, the Directorate General of Environment has initiated the collection of recyclable plastic waste to facilitate recycling processes. While some companies have begun recycling efforts, the prevalence of plastic waste remains high in Bujumbura's rivers, streams, and various neighborhoods, indicating that substantial work remains to address the issue effectively.
Thank you, dear viewers, for your keen attention. This is the end of our news edition. Bye-bye.